The focus of the hockey world is on a small town west of Philadelphia today. A funeral is underway in Media, Pennsylvania for NHL star Johnny Gaudreau and his younger brother Matthew. Madeline Gaudreau, Matthew's wife, spoke at the service a short time ago.
Matthew is and will always be the best part of me. He loved me so deeply and would always show it, and I pray to God he knew how much I loved him. I truly can't believe how lucky I was to be loved by him. He was hardworking, patient, kind, gentle, attentive, funny. He was my safe place.
Gaudreau played for the Columbus Blue Jackets. The entire team is at the service, along with NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman. Reporter Steve Futterman is outside the church and joins me now. And so, Steve, what has the service been like today?
The text, the grief etched on their faces. Just a somber scene as the two caskets were brought into the church. You can see the hearse behind me right there. So we've had the widow of Matthew Gaudreau give her remembrance. And right now, as we're still speaking here, the widow of Johnny Gaudreau, her name is Madeline. She is now, Meredith rather, she is now speaking. And she spoke about her memories of Johnny Gaudreau, the man we all knew as Johnny Hockey.
Calgary, it's such a special place in John's heart and mine. I really am blown away by your kindness, but at the same time, I'm not surprised at all because I have been lucky enough to call Calgary my home with John. I got to experience firsthand what kind people you are. John was so kind because having lived there for about 10 years, he became a Calgarian as well. I still plan to one day show our kids the city of Calgary and where their daddy experienced some of the best times of his life.
So quite a tribute to the city of Calgary, which meant so much to Johnny Gaudreau. He was really heartbroken. It was his decision to leave and go to Columbus, but he was at the same time heartbroken that this was a decision he felt he had to make. Now, there have been very moving moments here. The siblings of the two brothers, they also delivered some of the prayers during Catholic Church service. You've had voices crack at times. The official commemoration of Johnny Gaudreau is being delivered by the father from Boston College, where they both played college hockey. And at one point during his comments, he seemed frustrated by trying to explain their deaths. And he said at one point at the end, "That's the best I can say right now." It's just a very, very tragic day for the people inside, family, friends, and everyone who loved the Gaudreau brothers.
And Steve, how is the league and the other cities where Johnny Gaudreau played paying tribute?
Well, Andrew, every hockey team has paid tribute to Johnny Gaudreau, every NHL team. Obviously, the two cities that knew him best, they're paying special tribute. Earlier in the past week, I should say, there have been vigils both in Calgary, where Flames fans, admirers of Johnny Gaudreau paid respect, and also in Columbus, his new home, where he plays for the Blue Jackets. We have lots of people here inside the church, not just members of the Columbus Blue Jackets, but many of his teammates from the Calgary Flames, just many hockey executives. Brian Burke, who was the president of hockey operations for the Flames, he is here. You mentioned Gary Bettman. Just a very, very, like I said, hard to repeat it over and over again, but just a sad scene. Both these young men in the prime of their lives, Johnny Gaudreau, 31, Matthew Gaudreau, 29. At the very end of the service, the recessional hymn will be Eagles on Wings. Sort of ironic because the two brothers played for 1 year for the Boston College Eagles. So it's hard to put into words what this day has meant to the people here. Hard to put into words the grief they're experiencing right now. But like I said, you can see it on their faces.
Yeah, you sure can. Very sad. All right, Steve. Thank you. Reporter Steve Futterman in Media, Pennsylvania.